What's going on, everybody? It's Josh here with Poor Boys, bringing you this week's What Sold video. I got some great stuff going out. I got some cool stuff to tell you. And before we get started on all that, I want to show you something else. If you're new here, please stick around till the end. I got some giveaways I'm going to do this time. I'm going to start trying to run some weeklies just for all my audience here. There's only about 200 of you, so it's a pretty easy opportunity for you to get something for free that you can resell or keep for yourself. So make sure you stay around to the end. I just want to kind of keep you up to date as I move and change my setup here. But I have the washer and dryer, so stuff comes in and gets washed. I have a flat lay table I just kind of put here, where I'm just going to start stacking everything and laying it out flat. And then as soon as it's done there, I can move it right over to my flat lay. I moved it closer to the wall, and I put these cords to the ceiling, so it actually raises it up a little bit more on that side, which hasn't affected anything. I actually like it better this way. And it also gives me more room at the bottom for my tools. I took the tables and I turned them sideways to make like a T. So now after I'm done picturing, I move it right here to the table where I can fold it, throw it in the bag. I got the bags right there. And then the box will be either right here in front of it or right next to it. Underneath here, I have my packing, some of my shipping supplies and stuff, some unsightly extension cords, but I tried to set up this table for my shipping area here. And then I got my computer and printer, of course, make it a little bit easier for me. It's always important with any business or anything you do to always reevaluate yourself and make sure you're doing everything as efficiently and easily as possible, I guess. You just want to make sure it's as smooth as possible. And sometimes it takes you a second to sit back and think, and is there anything you can do to improve? Early stages in your business, it's the easiest time to make those small adjustments. As your business grows and your inventory gets larger and your system gets more needy, say you're 30, 40 items a day, you're not going to be wanting to make changes. It takes up time. I spent almost all day yesterday just moving stuff around and rearranging when I should have probably been taking pictures and stuff. But I want to make it as smooth and seamless as possible so that I can continue to grow and not have any of this kind of stuff slow me down. Now, I've told most of you guys that join Whatnot. And I signed up for Whatnot as an opportunity to help liquidate some inventory as I get overstock and stuff like that. I ran a show this week for 2.5 hours where I showed probably 120 tees. I was just showing them one by one. If anybody wants one, let me know, I'll run it. And I didn't sell a single thing. Now, I know that's embarrassing. You guys can laugh at me. I'll give you my humility. But with Whatnot, I've realized if you go into the rooms and stuff and you follow it a little bit, the majority of the buyers are also resellers. There's a lot of resellers on Whatnot that are buying from other sellers. It's like a community, and I really want to get in that community for a few different reasons, but I just like that atmosphere. It's kind of like I don't know, it just brings back memories because you feel more connected to the person selling the items. I really do enjoy that and like it. So one of the reasons I'm pretty time restricted. We have 3 kids, me and my wife do, and they keep us very busy. Our youngest has speech therapy and occupational therapy twice a week. So when he leaves for that is when I shoot these videos. So it gives me a little block of time, about 2 hours to hurry him shoot it. So I apologize if it's not absolute perfection, and I appreciate everybody that is here watching and supporting. But let's get into it. The first thing that I sold I want to tell you guys about is I actually showed it in one of my last videos. It's the John Deere hat. It was like almost like a, not corduroy, but like a felt velvet kind of, what is it? Suede. It had the suede to it. And it was a John Deere buckle on the back, and it had just a big bass on the front, embroidered. I sold that thing pretty quickly after listing it, which really surprised me. But I thought you guys might enjoy that. That's one of the bolos I was kind of telling you to look out for. Now this other one is an absolute bolo. I'm gonna make sure to take some good pictures of it, or I'll show you some good pictures as I'm going through here. But the Sharon Ghana jeans, these were 32 by 33. They had a big peacock on the side of them. It was just embroidered almost all over. And when I looked up comps on this, you can look up comps yourself right now on this exact same pair of pants. And I found comps from 13 bucks to $90. These aren't cheap jeans. You can just tell by looking at them. So I searched around, and it seemed like the going rate for them was closer to that $100 range. So I listed these kind of high, and they sold rather fast as well, which was pretty exciting for me. So definitely keep your eye out for any of that weird embroidery. Embroidery is actually popping right now. I'm not even kidding. I know it sounds funny when I say anything, but it is seriously popular right now. Embroidery is the rage. I've been putting embroidery, everything I have that's embroidered, it probably says embroidered in the title, just because embroidery is that popular right now. All right, so I actually sold quite a bit over the weekend. I did ship out some stuff Saturday morning and stuff, but I'll go into what we did sell. So the first thing I'm going to show you real quick though, one of the things that sold are these kids Converse low top. Now you're like, oh, those shoes aren't that cool. They sold for 12 bucks. Not impressive, right? What's impressive about it, and the reason I want to show you, is this is the first item I listed. I listed this May 24th for like $17.95. These were some kids' shoes that we had here. The kids barely wore them or never wore them at all. And they just sold. It took a little while, but they sold. So it's kind of like a nostalgic for me, because that was literally the first thing I listed on May 24th. I listed that. So that lets you know. Right now my 90-day is about 13 grand, I think. So in 90 days, pretty much, I've grown from 0 to 13 grand in sales on eBay. That's pretty good for me. In the last month or two, it's growing every month. So as long as I keep up it and keep at it, the concept has now been proven. So as long as I can continue getting the same kind of inventory or better, then we're good to go. Now, over the weekend, I went out yard selling and stuff, and we've been hitting it pretty hard, thrift stores, bag sales, stuff like that. So I've probably got 300 or 400 items here now that I need to cut through and get ready to sell. That's why I'm gonna try to be listing most of that this week. I'd really like to ramp up my listings per day. That's why I have so much backlog now. I rearranged my system so maybe I can picture and stuff a little bit quicker. I'm doing all my shirts different. I've been picking up way more t-shirts. I'm listing them a little differently to make it a little bit more streamlined. We'll see how it goes. I'm hoping to really attack that men's shirt category. There's people leaving it, as you know, taking sports and stuff, which was the #1. So there might be space and opportunity there, and I enjoy it the most. I feel like I know the most about it, so I'll probably keep doing that. But I will sell a little bit of everything, like this Ralph Lauren little polo with some fancy gold buttons on it. Pretty cheap little shirt here. Sold for $10.50. I know for sure I did get this out of the bag sale. So this was a bag full for $5, and I just sold it for $10. So that paid for my whole bag, and I probably have another 20 items from that sale. The next one is always a bolo. If you don't know, now you know. These Ariat boots here. Pretty much any Ariat boots that are in good shape are worth picking up if you can get them for less than like 10 or 15 bucks. These aren't amazing. I found these at the same yard sale. I got that Betty Boot shirt, if you guys remember it. The lady had a lot of just random stuff, but these guys, they look rough and ragged, but they're really brand new. You wouldn't guess it, right? These are like literally almost brand new boots. They're just made to look really worn. And this almost feels like rubber. It's really amazing. These are 10 extra wide. I actually tried them on because I might would have kept them. I let my nephew borrow mine and never got them back. So the sides are really comfortable. The 10 extra wide, I usually wear a 10.5 or 11. I could fit in that just fine. It was kind of weird. It's still a little snug on the sides, which my foot's not wide. So I don't know, but my foot would fit in there. It's just kind of snug on there. It's kind of interesting though. The next was these Nike Kyries. These are basketball shoes. Let's see here. Just the simple straps. These aren't nothing crazy. This is probably my 4th or 5th pair of these, finding them and selling them. I'm pretty sure these are like high school basketball shoes. Based on the school, they pick the colors. And I don't know, I've had pretty good luck finding them, so it must be a pretty common basketball shoe for the high schools, so just keep that in mind. They go for about usually $20 to $30. Not too bad. Not the biggest score in the world, but if you can pick them up for a couple bucks at a yard sale or a cheap thrift store, then it's definitely worth it. These I'm not real sure where I got these at, but these are Abercrombie Kids. Once again, this is probably one of those brands most people don't pick up or anything. These are nice little jeans. I sold them to somebody for 11 bucks. I probably paid 1 or 2 for them. it didn't take a whole lot of work for me to list it or anything else. So I don't pass on a lot of small profits. If I'm getting it for free or next to nothing, I usually won't pass on a whole lot unless it's just straight garbage. Not gonna lie to you guys, I sell about anything if there's a value to it. I hate throwing stuff away. A lot of people look at this business a lot of different ways, which I'll show you something really cool here in a minute. I found something over the weekend that is freaking awesome. I'll show it in a minute. I think it's awesome. You can tell me if you like it or not, but as I've gotten older, I've gotten a lot more eco-friendly, and I think a lot more about the environment and the future of my kids and stuff like that, and just the amount of garbage my household throws away almost literally makes me sick. But then you times that by, you know, a few million other people in the US doing the same, it really makes me stress and worry about our future. So I'm not in this for that reason, but while I'm doing this, I do think of that. So it's pretty important, and I would like to somehow in the future lean my business towards that green side. I want to be able to help, and not just by selling clothes to people and stuff like that. I would like to really give back and help people. I don't know. I feel like I want to do it. I need to do it. It's a good thing. Next is this Columbia full zip hoodie. It's a two-tone color block. Pretty nice little hoodie. Again, a cheap little pickup. You can pick up Columbia pretty regularly. I don't think there's anybody out there that can't find Columbia at a yard sale. It's a pretty common brand. It's out there everywhere. You just need to find clean pieces that don't have a lot of damage, no stains, holes, tears. Columbia doesn't have a high value anyways, even new, so you don't want to hurt yourself by, you know, trying to sell the damaged and destroyed stuff. Try to stick to the clean Columbia stuff as you can. But I've sold Columbia fishing shirts, the jackets, the pants. I've literally, everything Columbia makes, I've sold on eBay in this last 3 months, and it's sold pretty quick. So don't be scared of Columbia. Just make sure what you're picking up is quality. Don't pick up the crappiest crap with holes in it. That's easy enough, right? But I gotta say it because I scroll eBay every day looking for steals and deals, and I see a lot of people listing some absolute crap on there. So next was another yard sale find. This is a Firehouse shirt club. I've never even heard of it, but apparently it's like a monthly subscription shirt club for firefighters, which is kind of cool. But this shirt actually sold really quick. I picked it up just because of the cool little almost Irish skull Halloween almost graphic on the back. It was pretty cool, I thought. Wrangler Jeans have been selling really well for me. Anybody else out there, Wrangler Jeans, do you sell Wrangler Jeans very often? The only ones I've been picking up are the women's. If I see that pink embroidery in the back side there, I've been picking them up. And they've been selling really well. I picked up probably 5 or 6 pair of riding pants, not breeches. They're not like customly cut, but they do have like some silicone in the back buttocks area and inside the back pockets. It's kind of weird. I almost thought it was like a damaged or something at first, but upon further inspection, it's some kind of like cushioning layer that's in there. It's kind of cool. So I'll get all those listed this week and I'll tell you how they do, but these pants have been doing really well for me. Women's Wrangler Jeans, especially the flare cut, boot cut, those two. So just keep that in mind. Next here is one of my new favorites. I was actually thinking about keeping this shirt. I tried it on, it fits me. It is just a little short, like, and these are made short, and this one's a large, right? Yeah, so maybe an extra large I'd be able to fit. I looked at some extra large measurements on eBay though, and it was just too big. So the variance between this and the other one were pretty large, I guess. But the Rugby Polos, and generally you can always tell by a Rugby Polo, it has this heavier stitching here, and also the buttons on the polo will be a white rubber generally, and they're shaped kind of domish like this on the bottoms. And I think it's just it's trying to prevent injuries and stuff like that from on the field. But a lot of times they'll have a little bit of heavier duty stitching, a heavier cotton, and they're super nice. I actually found another rugby shirt this week that is not polo, but it's another rugby shirt. It's really cool. I'll show it to you sometime. All right, so back to the giveaways. I got a few things I know that's what y'all are waiting for. I'm going to show you something else really cool after this that I found this weekend, so please don't go. Just hang out a minute. I picked up a few shirts this week. This one is seedless. It says seedless on it, no tag. Vintage. I bought it off Whatnot. It has like a little spot on it. I thought it was a pretty cool shirt though. It's got a little bit of bleaching on there. I have a 2015 Lollapalooza I picked up this week. This is kind of thrashed. It has quite a few little pinholes and stuff in the neck and stuff like that, which I like the thrashing, but not everybody does. So I'm just kind of showing it to you. These would be my possible giveaway options. So I'm going to show you everything I have here that is available for the giveaway. I need you to drop a comment and tell me which one you want to give away. Whichever one has the most votes, I will give it away next week, probably on Whatnot. So if you're not on Whatnot and you want to be, please check my link below, sign up. I don't know, I'm sure I'll probably get a little something or another, but it will help boost my ratings on Whatnot. And also, it will automatically sign you up to save me as a seller. So every time I would go live, you would be alerted and you could join in and follow my show. And I would be very appreciative, because at least somebody talking to me is better than me talking to myself. I don't want to go crazy, right? Next one's a new with tags. This is Nordstrom, I believe. Yeah, Nordstrom. It is Treasure Bond, just a nice little women's sweater here, extra small. That could be a possible giveaway if you guys want it. Or I have another Nordstrom. This is a men's, what is the brand? Union, extra large gray. This is like a vintagey, very worn. It's a very thin hoodie. I actually really like this. I should have probably just kept it. But the way I'll probably do it is I'll Whatnot next week. I'll tell you guys a time somewhere just hidden in the video that I'm going to launch this, and then I'm going to drop it on my Whatnot for probably $1 and $4 shipping. So it'll be $5, and you can, whichever one everybody chooses, I'll throw it on there, and next video I'll release the time that I'm going to drop it, so that way you guys can hurry up and snag it as soon as it goes on there. I'm trying to figure out some other ways. I'll probably do some live giveaways as well. I just want to get this rolling, get some of you guys on Whatnot with me, get to know some of you, and we'll go from there. Now, for the awesome find. Give me 1 second, I gotta go get it. I'll be right back. Now, I know everybody's not gonna appreciate this as much as me, and I'm completely okay with that, but I want to get some of your guys' opinion. So they have this barbecue on the river here, and they have a lot of art festivals and stuff in the Western Kentucky region. And I've seen a lot more people upcycling clothing and stuff here lately, which you see everything on. You can hop on Facebook Marketplace right now and you'll see people selling, vintage Pink Floyd shirts that they bought at PacSun a year ago, and somehow they think the value has went up $120 since they bought it, and they think it's vintage, which is, there's a big miscommunication what vintage means right now in the t-shirt community. But anyways, one of the things that these markets is they're upcycling a lot of clothes, and I see a lot of different things. But I saw these, and I don't know, it's just different. This is just something awesome to me. So they take the old Nike sweater, and I actually did way more research into this than I should have. Which they had a lot of these that were like Nike hoodies, Adidas hoodies, stuff like that. And some of them even had Coogee sweaters on them, which are all Coogee style. But I looked up the contents tag and did a bunch of research on the pattern and stuff like that. And I found out this is a Hagger sweatshirt, which is actually probably cooler to me. I know it probably doesn't help the value out whatsoever. So what they do is they take a Nike vintage piece that generally, generally would probably get thrown away because it had a big hole or tear or something in it. And then they take a Hagger sweater, which probably nobody will pick up because it's Hagger, and they combine them and make it. Or maybe they had a Hagger sweater with like a big damage to it or something. But either way, they take the two and they make the one, and it's just a cool, unique little piece. Now, stuff like this, I really like just because it's just unique. There's nobody else with it. There's not another one of these like this. Now, if they were mass producing them, then they wouldn't be as cool, but check it out. Like, I'm just like, overall, just everything about it. The way the front is done, I almost could see them like cutting out a state like West Virginia or Kentucky, Tennessee or something and making like a state across it with the Nike. That would be really cool too. But I would be very interested into getting into something like this. I have a sewing machine, but I'm not about to learn to sew. But I would hire somebody to sew, maybe to make some stuff like this, and I could probably come up with some pretty cool designs. I don't know. I like the idea of it. What do you guys think? Is it as cool as I think it is, or do you think it's hot garbage? If it's hot garbage, y'all can tell me, but I think it's really cool. So remember, drop a comment of what you want me to give away this next week. Either the men's extra large hoodie. These are Nordstrom Rack or Nordstrom. I think they're Nordstrom, not Rack. But so I got the extra large, like vintagey hoodie. I have the women's New York red extra small sweater. And this is, I'm trying to see who's watching and what kind of people are in here. So you can let me know. And we can switch up the giveaways every week to something different. But when I win, you guys win. You know what I'm saying? DJ Khalid one time said, the Lollapalooza 2015, he said he loves working out. He loves exercising. He loves doing cardio and all this stuff, right? And everybody looks at him and it's like, Khalid, come on, man. I don't think I've ever seen you lose weight. He said, obviously. Where are you going to see me lose? All I do is win, right? All right, let's get to work, guys. Let's have a great week. Drop the comments of what you want me to give away. I appreciate it very much. And I will see you next week. Thanks again.